Leave a like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds or Random will not upload the 1 hour Strucid video.
Yo, what's going on guys? It's Westdrum here, back with another video, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about if I owned Strucid. But before we get into it, I'm going to have to ask everyone to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss my uploads. But anyway, let's hop right into it. So honestly, the first thing I would do if I owned Strucid is update Battle Royale. What's the real last update that you've seen in Strucid besides like the rifts in Battle Royale? There really hasn't been any. There's not been really a good map change. Nothing has really been added to Strucid's Battle Royale. So guys, if I owned Strucid, I would definitely make a map change and maybe potentially a live event in Battle Royale, which I heard from Andrew, it's impossible to do a live event in Battle Royale, but you can't just do a simple map change or something. I don't really see an issue with that, and that's the main reason why I would want to do it so bad if I owned Strucid. The second thing I would do is if I owned Strucid, I would make Zone Wars VIP compatible, which means you could use a command in a VIP server and actually make it so you can play Zone Wars. I can't stress it enough, so many people want this and it wouldn't really be that hard. You could do /ZW and that would do /Zone Wars and start up the Zone Wars queue, right? I mean, I don't really see it being too hard. Even if it like quit or like stopped working after you did the command, you could just do /ZW again and it would load up the entire thing once again. But honestly, we would really need these VIP servers with Zone Wars in order to hold tournaments for Zone Wars, because keep in mind, you can only join off of your friends for the most part. Sometimes you can join off followers, but it's very hard when you're trying to queue snipe a public lobby to join off of followers. I mean, heck, especially for Strucid, it's really hard. But again, you could potentially do it if you added everyone, but that's not what I want to do. I want to just be able to invite them all to a VIP server and hold a tournament that way. Again, that's not Andrew's main focus. His focus is being able to monetize the game to the best of his ability, but also make it fun for the community. The third thing I would do is make it so everyone can view their overall wins in not only Battle Royale, but Zone Wars. You should be able to check if you're 10 wins away, you know, from getting on that leaderboard. And the same thing applies to Zone Wars. You may not know that you're 5 wins away from the leaderboard, because some people on there have 200, 300 wins at this point, and you could have like 200 something and be 1 away, and you just quit that day because you give up not knowing how many wins you actually have. Now, I know a lot of people will agree with this one, is give support of creator codes to content creators or even really good players in Strucid. One main reason I think Andrew really doesn't do this is the fact that his game is basically what's promoting our channels at this point. At first, it was YouTubers promoting his game that really blew it up, and this guy just fell into the water. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, the supporter creator codes, you could pretty much give him 5%, 10% of whoever gets the actual code, you know? Give them 5% of the coins. So if someone spends 10,000 coins or whatever, they would get 500 coins. Yo, honestly, it shouldn't have taken me that long. But yeah, they would get 500 coins. But imagine 100 fans spending 10,000 coins. You would be making bank off of the creator codes. And you don't even have to give them Robux. Just make it a percentage of coins that they get so they don't have to spend all their Robux that they make from YouTube onto the game's skins and stuff. Instead, they can just promote them pretty freely at that point. Now, Andrew's done a pretty good job at that recently. He's come out with a lot more items that are only coins, and especially the Robux items that are only like 75 Robux. I think that's perfect. A lot more people are able to buy them, and it makes the community a lot more happy. The main reason he doesn't do more though is he wants to make as much Robux as he possibly can, because you guys gotta understand, if he wants to make so much money off of Strucid to be able to live off it for a while, you have to monetize it the best you can, because eventually Strucid won't be a popular game anymore. It's not going to be like out for another 5 years and be that big of a game. It could pull Phantom Forces, we don't know, but again, the game's going to have a lot more updating to it in order to keep it doing so. Which is why he's trying his best right now to monetize it the best he can. That's why he brought the Zone Wars Specialist out, which I don't exactly agree on. I think Zone Wars could have came without a monetization, but again, he's got to make his money somehow, so he does bring out a Game Pass for only 250 Robux, which isn't that much if you think about it. It's not like one of those simulator games that charges you 1,000 Robux for one little thing. The next thing I would say is live events at the end of every battle pass. Every live event has sort of been pretty good, at least I'd have to say. There's some simulator games doing live events now that are just completely amazing, but Strucid live events aren't really that bad. I think they could last a little bit longer. But other than that, Nariox and Andrew are doing a pretty good job on hosting these live events live in the server, which is also also kind of hard thing to do, and they're able to pull it off, which is just absolutely amazing. But I'd say at the end of every battle pass, sort of like how Fortnite does it at the end of every season. I think it'd be better since you don't really have seasons in Strucid. It's basically just after every battle pass. I think that'd be the perfect time to host a live event. Now, the next thing I want to actually stop spectating for this one, is increase the Zone Wars level to level 15. Now, let me explain for a second. Battle Royale, you know, it's pretty competitive, but there are a lot of noobs in Battle Royale. The one thing that really has to be pushed to the competitive toll is Zone Wars, and Zone Wars has the most competitive aspect out of this entire game, even more competitive than Battle Royale because of how small these circles get. If Zone Wars was upped to level 15 instead of level 5, it would be so much better because you wouldn't have so many noobs joining up and being bots in the server. I love having that competitive side to Strucid, and it's kind of easy at some servers because there's so many bots. So increasing that level capacity would greatly affect the gameplay and a positive aspect, I would say. Number 8, if I owned Strucid, would be being more active in the Strucid community. I do have to say, Andrew has not really been that active recently. You know, he's on Twitter and whatnot promoting his stuff, but he's never actually just tried to get some feedback recently. I mean, he has asked some questions, but it's all about Robux, or if he should bring the sword into Zone Wars, which the obvious answer is no. The sword's not even in Fortnite at this point. It'd just be another effect where the Brute or the Fortnite sword or whatever come into play, and it's just too overpowered to actually have in the game. The fact that it's pretty much a rip off of Fortnite or a copy of Fortnite, he should know this stuff by now. Literally, to have your game be effective, all you'd have to do is literally copy everything Fortnite does, because Fortnite right now may be under a lot of fire, but they are a really great company monetization wise. They make a ton of money off their game, but they also make it fun for basically everyone. Although I don't really like the mechs. I mean, they still make money. It's how they do it, and I mean, I support that. If they want to make their money somehow, they gotta push themselves, and I think that's a good way to do it. But disregarding that, the next thing I would do is, if I owned Strucid, would be remove the bouncer or fix the bug. As you guys know, recently so many people have been reporting, or at least stating, that there's some type of bug regarding the bouncers, and it's true. The bouncers are so bad at this point. Every time I use a bouncer, I have to wash out and make sure I'm not under some type of water, especially in Zone Wars, where I'm just gonna fall through if the bouncer glitches and doesn't actually portray you, or propel you, I should say, my bad, across the map. Because it only actually works half the time, I'm gonna be honest. And if we were to say it works 75% of the time, that's still not good. I get if it doesn't work like 1% of the time, but this bouncer glitch happens 24/7. Now, the 10th thing I would do is, if I owned Strucid, would be add an ability to mute the radios. Because I've had so many videos that have gotten scuffed because some kid wants to join up the game and play his radio, making it so I don't have the audio of the gameplay, which is just overall boring to watch. I know you guys don't have any audio right now, but at least I'm talking over gameplay, and you guys can watch gameplay as I'm talking. It's still kind of entertaining. I want my voice to be shown, you know, I want everyone to hear this, because there are some things in Strucid that aren't really the best right now, and we need to let Andrew know what we don't like, what should be added, what should be removed, because in all honesty, I just want what's best for Strucid. The 11th thing I would do is create an arena mode for Strucid. If you guys did not know, which I'm pretty sure all you guys know, Fortnite has an arena mode where it's where all the most competitive players can battle it out and actually win like cash prizes and whatnot, which is a really cool feature to have in an actual game. Not a lot of games do that, where their overall implemented system is a way to get money, which Fortnite has somehow pulled it off, which is just insane. Now, I'm pretty sure giving out Robux is against the rules of Roblox's policy, but if it wasn't, I would probably give away Robux for Arena, but even then, people would still play Arena if you just gave them an in-game item for being #1 in the game. And it definitely boosts competitive play, but not only that, but your average play time, which is very important for Strucid and why you see it always on the front of the pages and whatnot, on the front page of Roblox. It may only have 10k players compared to a 30k game, but gameplay in Strucid lasts a lot longer than it does in, say, Murder Mystery and whatnot. And Arena would just boost that by hours, in fact. Players would play Arena for hours on end when they used to just play, you know, Zone Wars. Anyway, my 12th thing was basically hosting tournaments for Robux potentially, but your Arena mode would basically cover that. If you had Arena and gave people a few items compared on how they place and whatnot in their Arena, or if you hold a big tournament in-game based on placements they've had in Arena, it'd be awesome to have your own unique item. That's like the most insane thing you could think of. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on about the same thing basically over and over again. All I'm saying is if we had Arena mode, it would be a lot better for gameplay and game time. Now, the 13th thing I would do kind of ties in with something I said earlier with the feedback from the community, but content creators know so much about your game, and I don't feel like you actually get a big voice from the content creators, as they kind of just play your game and you never ask for our feedback, yet we experience every bug, we know every single tip to give you, but we don't really have a way to voice it to you. So I'm asking potentially reviving that content creator chat that's actually chat in the Discord, because a lot of people don't really use it anymore, but it actually had a positive effect on the game when it first came out. Now, number 14, I would find a way to ban the obvious exploiting that's going on in Strucid, where people are hitting massive headshot streaks and like 3,000 studs away, people are dying. First of all, if 2 people die back to back 3,000 studs away, or like 3 people die back to back over 1,000 studs away, that is ban worthy. To be honest, there's nobody who's going to be able to do that unless they get super lucky, but even then you could just have the kick them from the game. It wouldn't have to be a ban. And it's honestly a big issue when I'm recording videos and people do it over and over and over again. There's literally nothing I can do about it because they can shoot through walls, they can do all that sort of stuff. So I'm just asking if you can find a way to make it automatically kick them after, you know, 3 1,000 studs or over shots, or if they hit headshots like 10 in a row, 12 in a row, because let's be honest, even if you're a pro player, the chances of that happening are very, very small. Unless people are standing still, you know, but then that's basically farming kills. And the last thing I would do is, if I owned Strucid, the 15th thing is never add mechs. I would never even think or bat an eye at those mechs and adding them to Strucid, as they're too overpowered in Fortnite. The entire community for Fortnite's basically mad, besides the noobs that just use them over and over again to get free wins. But Andrew, please listen to this. Please never add mechs to your game. Obviously a bad idea, and he might actually do it. I don't know. There hasn't really been a model that's came out yet saying there's going to be mechs, and I really hope it stays that way, because mechs are terrible for Fortnite, especially for arena mode. If Fortnite likes this mech so much, and they said it's to help noobs get their first win, which they did say, why is it in their arena mode? Why is it in their competitive gameplay? You shouldn't have it in competitive. It should just be a casual play, mech styled sort of thing. But anyway, that's basically it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and actually get some type of good opinion out of this. I want to basically voice to you guys the best things I would do is if I owned Strucid, and I hope this gives some insight on some of the issues going on with Strucid if Andrew does watch this video, and maybe he can fix a few things, maybe he can add a few things. But overall, Strucid's a great game. We know it's still blowing up, it's still getting so many views, and I can't thank my audience enough for watching all my Strucid videos and sitting through me yapping on and whatnot. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.